Okay, guys, subject for the video today, we're going to do a bit of something different than just a reaction. We are going to do somewhat of a deep dive on the Candace Owens situation. Now, the past, well, past 24 hours has been interesting. We have a couple of distractions. We have Candace Owens releasing her Erika Kirk documentary called Bride of Charlie, which is basically, from what I'm understanding, is a smear campaign against a widow. We have Matt Walsh saying stuff about how anime isn't inherent to America, isn't fundamentally necessary to American culture, even though box office tends to disagree. um, anyways, let's look at the responses to the Erika Kirk documentary. I know we have Sneeko out there also being going full retard. He is defending Candace Owens blindly, but that's not to be that's to be expected because he is a retard. Candace Owens full on a mental patient at this point, and she should probably be in a straitjacket and put into an asylum. Let's see. Let's see here. Top comment from 3 hours ago. I don't know Erika Kirk. I do know Candace Owens. Erika met the moment of her husband's assassination with a grace unimaginable. Candace met the moment of her so-called friend's assassination as she meets every moment, focused on herself and her insatiable hunger for fame and aggrandizement. If you find yourself behaving the latter in her smears of the former, please know that you are being manipulated by one of the best in the business. But you're still wrong and in the wrong. May God open your eyes and the evil you are participating in, and may God bless Erika Kirk. Amen. Amen. Because Erika Kirk is a widow, and God blesses the widows. And Candace Owens, she's on this whole Zionist kick and saying I'm paid off. Oh boy, when is my paycheck coming in? I would love to get paid now, please. Cause I'm not paid off. I'm a Christian VTuber on the internet. Graham Allen, maybe it's time we do an investigative series into Candace Owens, her family, her daughters, her sponsors, and see who was really behind all this. Oh. Okay, let's watch this short video. Pause the background music.
Find out about. Maybe we should investigate Candace's life and her rise to fame. Very checkered past. Maybe we should look at her husband. Also very checkered past.
True. And if I remember correctly, her husband is friends with Andrew Tate. And she's also friends with Andrew Tate. And through them, so, she will take every chance she can to, negate the whole sex trafficking stuff that Andrew Tate's involved with.
Well, I wonder how squeaky clean her employees are. That'll be interesting to find out. I wonder about her Scientologist donors that she has.
Wait! She had Scientologist donors! Oh man, the rabbit hole just gets deeper!
It'll be interesting to find out about. Maybe we do an investigative series into Candace. I wonder how much she and her British Lord husband and his family would love that. But we're just asking questions. Maybe we should.
Yeah, we're just asking questions. We're just asking questions here, Candace. Exactly what is going on here? Candace Owens is not a Christian. Yeah, I agree. She proclaims to be Catholic. She's that's where I can't. Okay, this one is a complete and utter retard. Okay, let's read it like a retard. That's right. Candace Owens was born of a Ashkonda desperation to diversify the ranks in a foolish and vain hope that it would increase their credibility with Democrats. Look, guys, we hired a black. Who's the real racist now? Dude, we have several black women. Uh, and we don't care about hiring them. We do not need them. But we do appreciate them. The quartering. Okay, another sort of retard. I'm saying sort of because he is starting to lean right and turn to Jesus Christ, but at the same time, point in time, he is saying that he is all for banning. He's standing up for Melanie Mac for wanting it to ban fan service in video games. Like it's weird. But anyway, Candace Owens is a vile piece of human garbage, a DEI hire from Jump Street, a grotesque chameleon. If you're tuning into her, I pray for your soul. I don't know if he's actually turning to Christianity. I think he is, but still. I do agree. I pray for Candace's soul as well. I'm sort of mocking her, but at the same point in time, the reason why I'm mocking her is because she's coming up with insane takes. Candace Owens is not a follower of Jesus Christ. This is unarguable. Yeah, it isn't. Question: if Candace really thought she had all the receipts and facts that she claims she does, wouldn't she be at the police station with her evidence instead of posting on the internet? Inquiring minds would like to know. Yep. It's similar to the whole thing with the Me Too movement. Oh, and Rob Schneider even steps in it. Real Candace Owens is a real sociopath and a real parasite. There is no bottom to her despicable lies and fake innuendo. Okay. Yep, there isn't. Oh man, but yeah, it just keeps going and going and going and going, man. It keeps going. Oh my gosh. And this one I bookmarked. I wanted to read this one, but this rabbit hole is deep, dude. Candace has been attacking Erika Kirk since Charlie's assassination. Okay, she's been doing that. She's been saying how there's been fake tears. There's been Erika Kirk isn't mourning the way a widow should be mourning. Like it's insane. It is completely and utterly wild. Anyways, let's take a look at what Sassafras here also has to say 16 hours ago, because this one is a long post. The Candace Owens supporters are now saying that those of us who push back on her are creating controversy in this country. Not only are we creating controversy, but we are also doing foreign bidding. Okay, how am I doing foreign bidding? How? Seriously, how? Hold up, right there, gaslighter. We had a united front when Shirley was killed. True. Candace took that unity and made it about her and her conspiracies. True. Just asking questions turned into accusing his own wife of murder, along with trafficking, grooming, and every vile thing you can think of. Also true. Meanwhile, she's friends with Andrew Tate, who has actually admitted to sex trafficking. Now the psycho is doing a documentary, and y'all want us to take a seat while she blasts S's on and poops on Erika some more? Oh no, definitely not. Excuse me, that now y'all are finally getting pushback on your false narratives. Not only is Candace making bank off of you people who keep giving her a platform, but somebody is paying that chick to create discord in the conservative movement, so that conservatives won't vote in midterms, which handing it back to the Democrats is not something we want. Also true. Last but certainly not least, Candace has also insinuated that our president has something to do with Charlie Kirk being murdered. I have the screenshots of Candace supporters going as far as saying his own parents are involved. So please excuse the flip it out of me when I say not only myself, but we are tired of her grifting BS. These are not asking questions. This is a woman hell bent on destroying Charlie and our conservative movement. Thanks for listening to my sass rant. Yep, no problem, no problem. Yeah, this situation is wild, and yeah, it is completely and utterly uh, insane. Like, I mean, this is disturbing on a whole different level. Candace Owens is one of those, is definitely a conservative grifter at this point. Okay, I am in full support that she is a grifter. Who's paying her? I don't know, but I think she's a grifter. Now, there is one video I want to react to today, outside of the Twitter video. But yeah, it just keeps going and 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 going. See, look, there's multiple video. They're sharing. Well, oh, these are from 2024 and earlier this month. There's some hate accounts, obviously. But the point is that Candace has gone off the rails, and it even more so than we thought. And I thought that the conversation with Erika would have just, ended everything, but it didn't. It apparently she didn't take any info from what her and Erika talked about, and just is keeping on with the whole Erika killed Charlie train. It's honestly disgusting. Anyways, now I want to turn our attention to this video, which is the by What Do You Mean? By the way, I should probably get rid of these videos real quick. I should have done this before, but the gaps are actually pretty funny, and I like keeping them in. All right, now this is by What Do You Mean, a Christian content creator, and I'm not persuaded by Candace Owens, honestly. I think that What Do You Mean is somewhat out of touch because he keeps to the Christian bubble. However, I do think he makes some decent points, and I have not watched this yet. I saved it for today. So, take it away. What do you mean? What do you gotta say, dude? Oh wait, I gotta turn it up so that everybody can hear. Everybody needs to hear in the back.
So Candace is working on a series called The Bride of Charlie, which is a play on the Bride of Chucky title that's expected to be coming out this week. And based on the trailer, it seems to be an attack on Erika Kirk, either implying or accusing her of being involved in Charlie's assassination. And here's the...
Yeah, that is par for the course for Candace Owens. And I think at this point, Erika's gonna have to sue her. Because at this point, it is getting wildly out of hand.
thing. It will feel persuasive to a lot of people. There will be things that Candace will bring out that will look suspect, especially since Candace is controlling the framing of how people will interpret what's being shown.
And I don't even, and I'm not even that, and I'm an autistic guy who doesn't even think that Erika did anything, because we already have the bullet shells, we have everything needed to convict Tyler Robinson, so what is the point? What is the point of it saying, oh, it was the Jews that killed her? Like, Candace is a grifter. She's not a Christian. She's a grifter.
Shown. You got to realize that if you spend enough time seeking out evidence to prove that someone's evil, you'll find it, even if it's incomplete, misleading, or not actually there. It's the same reason why I could do a documentary on how Candace is madly in love with Charlie and the lengths that she went through to destroy Erika in jealousy, and it would also be persuasive since I would just...
Yeah, here's the thing though. Most Christians actually do go by evidence. So this is why I say what do you mean is somewhat out of touch. I don't think he's. I don't think he is misleading or anything. I don't even. I think he is very. I think he does get a lot of points right. However, like I said, I think he's wildly out of touch in some areas. But that is part of the learning process as a Christian. You've got to become very well informed on various aspects, and you have to also sort of understand human psychology and individualism. You have to have some concept of that.
Interpret everything that Candace has said and done through that lens. But as it comes out, we can't lose sight of the fact that Erika's husband was literally murdered in front of the entire world. And sure, I can definitely understand why people are claiming that her behavior seems strange at times, and maybe Candace has some bombshell evidence that will prove her guilt. But from everything that Candace has shown so far, there's other explanations for Erika's behavior that don't involve her literally setting up Charlie for assassination.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk dying was a turning point. I'm going to be honest, that was a turning point. It showed exactly how evil the left is. And just recently, there was another assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Like, it's getting out of hand. There needs to be investigations as to who is paying these protesters and why in the world is this happening so frequently. There needs to be a tone down of the rhetoric, not just from Trump, but from the media as well. And no, you cannot hate the media enough. And I do agree that some of Trump's rhetoric is divisive, and I do think he needs to tone it down at times. However, policy-wise, he's been very, very, very good. He's been one of the best. So I am not discounting any of Trump's victories, but I'm not discounting his failures either.
I mean, think about what that would say about Charlie. Because if there was one thing that Charlie made clear to the world every chance that he got, it's that he was madly in love with his wife. So if you believe that during their entire marriage he was conned and deceived and he was blissfully ignorant the entire time, believing that his wife loved him, it's not only an insult to Erika, but it's also a direct attack on Charlie and his intelligence. You can't.
Yep, yep. And Candace only has things like dreams to go off of. Like, seriously, you want to say play the whole dreaming aspect? Like, look, I can say that God sends me messages in dreams, and I do believe He did a couple of times. But that was more in line with my own life, not someone else. Not a specific case. Okay, it wasn't a specific case. It was God basically calling me to was basically calling me to go to Jesus Christ and turn away from my sinful heart. That's what my dreams meant. And one other dream was talking about how I'm going to have a wife someday. Like, come on, dude. Come on.
Can't believe one without the other. And lastly, for those of us that are Christians, we also need to keep in mind that the Bible calls God the defender of widows. We're told in Isaiah to take up the cause of the fatherless and to plead the case of the widow. So before we jump to conclusions, based on Candace's series, we can ask ourselves, what context might we be missing? What alternative explanations exist for what's being shown? And am I evaluating this carefully or just reacting to a compelling narrative? Because persuasive isn't the same thing as true.
I think it's a narrative. I think Candace is just making stuff up. Because, seriously, none of it has got off. And and as someone who is actually, who has all the facts, wouldn't call everyone that's critical of her a paid off the Zionist grifter. And I don't even talk about Israel that much. Okay? I just don't. I'm more focused on what's going on here at home. And And my whole thing with Israel is that Israel deserves to be a nation. That's it. Full stop. That's all. That's all of my. That is all of my takes out of Israel. Whether if there's Christian persecution, I don't believe in it, because everybody I know of that has gone to Israel in very recent years, uh, they've been very, very good to Christians. So, again, I don't know where the idea of where Israel is persecuting Christians is coming from. I honestly think it's made up. But overall, I do think that Candace is trying to form a narrative.
And Christians, of all people, should care about that distinction. Now, for more on how Candace frames her information and what makes her so persuasive, click on this video, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, overall, I think that what do you mean is right here. We do have to worry, watch our perceptions when it comes to this sort of thing. But at the same point in time, we've already got our case. We've already got our case. Too much evidence has come out on Tyler Robinson. I called him Charlie Robinson. I don't know why. Robinson saying that basically he did it. He did it. He is unapologetic in it. And seriously, dude, what is going on here? I mean, Candace is just a full-on retard at this point. Oh, man. And it's obvious she's a grifter. Okay? She's a grifter. And no, I don't say that lightly. I never call anyone grifters. I just call her grifter because she is one. She's doing all this for money and attention. It's obvious, dude. It's pretty obvious. That's why I'm not going to watch the docuseries, because I don't care for it. I want to, because I think Erika is actually in mourning, and it was obvious that she loved Charlie, and Charlie loved her, so I don't know why she would want to kill her husband. So yeah, this whole situation is just I think it's my massive distraction, similar to how Matt Walsh made his a new anime take, which I'm not going to dive into because I don't care. Overall, this whole situation is just dumb, and I'm doing a shorter video because I don't think it needs a huge deep dive. Like Nux says, we don't need a huge deep dive for this. We just need something to talk about. But anyways, I think I've done enough. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video later. Peace.